Hi everyone, may peace be on you all, and welcome to another episode of I'm a Muslim and That's Okay. And I am back with a solo episode. I'm rounding off this season with, interviews. I was like, now is the time for a solo episode. And I'm still waiting on my 100th episode, but it's coming. It's coming, I promise. But yeah, 4 years and almost 100 episodes. It's a little bittersweet considering the circumstances that we exist in right now. Um, Not just because of the situation in Palestine, which is, as for the past 7 months, I can't even believe it, a genocide that has been going on for so long. But even before that, we do have to come to terms with the fact that this did not start on October 7th. It had been happening for the past 76 years. It's just these past 7 months has really opened the world's eyes to how horrific it is for the people of Palestine. And I am so proud for all the people who have stood up for Palestine, who have risked it all for Palestine, especially the students in the various universities, even the high schoolers. Bless y'all. You guys are doing what needed to be done for this cause. But with that, I think what really sort of pushed me to do this solo episode is that there is, I think what I feel is that there is this sense of that we are focusing on one, and please make no mistakes about it. It is a terrible situation in Palestine, but we seem to have, what has happened is that this one situation has overshadowed what is also currently going on in the Congo, Sudan, the Uyghurs, and this is not to say that we should stop really pushing towards peace in Palestine. That's not it. What my topic for this solo episode is that we need to really be able to bring all of these situations. When you look at the statistics in Sudan, in the Congo, they are so overwhelming. Literally, millions of people have died in the Congo because of our greed for electronics. And in Sudan, good grief, it's so difficult to even process. Literally thousands upon thousands of people massacred within just this year alone. And what the whole problem is that the same major powers that are at play, that are causing this genocide in Palestine, are some of the same players that are really causing these issues, these problems, these genocides in other parts of the world. I think what we need to do, yes, definitely, please keep fighting for the people of Palestine. But we also need to really broaden our focus, because the same enemies, that's what I was just thinking about this. It's like literally the same devils are at play in the other parts of the world that are going through these genocides. Same devils, literally same demons that are causing oppression for one goal and one goal alone. It's just that it's all about the money and power. And why I say is just that we need to broaden our really view of the genocides that are going on, and simultaneously, raise our voices, do equal amount of activism for all of them, is because it even like if we manage, and I'm really hoping that soon we bring peace to Palestine. If we bring peace to Palestine, what I'm afraid of really is that then we forget about the other genocides that are ongoing. And this brings us to the other point. Um, and this is not going to be pleasant. Unfortunately, it's one of those realizations that we really have to come to within ourselves, is that are we biased when it comes to our activism? And that's a really, really, I think, deep thing that we really need to look into, is that why is there not such a huge outcry for the people in the Congo and Sudan, the Uyghurs, and literally, unfortunately, the list goes on and on. It's not just one genocide. It is multiple genocides. And I've talked about this before. There's multiple genocides that are going on in the world. And that's the thing. The danger of, somebody bringing this up is that people are then accused that you're pinning one genocide against the other, and that's not what I'm here to do. That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point is that, as we say, we keep bringing up this point that none of us are free until all of us are free. But are we really working towards bringing freedom to everybody at an equal pace? I think that's what really drove me to do this solo episode, because we do need to bring freedom to everybody in order for these big capitalist powers to be brought under control. That's the thing. It's just that if we liberate one place, then there are still other places that are being oppressed for the fact that they bring so much capital. Congo is the DRC is a classic example of that. The amount of cobalt that they have that should be making them rich. Literally, the people of Congo should be the one that can benefit from this. They are not. And all of these big tech companies are after that resource. Nations are fighting over it. But that's the thing. The people who are mining this cobalt are so impoverished. And it's like that we as consumers are a part of that, because we want the latest tech. And I'm equally as guilty. I love me some tech. Like, I'm not going to lie about this, but it's at the cost of a people that are being literally killed by the thousands on a regular basis. A, because of the armed forces there, and B, because of the working conditions that are so dangerous when it comes to mining. And I mean, there's no regulation as to how these resources are being mined. So I wish I had a simple answer. And before I go ahead, I know, like, even when we come to process like genocide in one part of the world, it's very overwhelming to ask every one of us to look at all of these atrocities simultaneously. It can be overwhelming, for sure. But the fact is, it's not that it's impossible, but it is possible. We have to care that much. And that's what I've been trying to like really figure out for myself as well, because there's no doubt about it. I feel the overwhelm. It's just, I think what I do to sort of keep me pushing forward is I do take my breaks. I do step back from it, step away from it for a little while, but it's not a permanent step away. It can't be a permanent step away, because we do have to work towards this. If we are really committed to freedom and justice for everybody, then that's the work we have to do. So yeah, I mean, I've been really trying to process this in my mind, like, how do I get this message across? Because it is necessary. We do have to do this work. We do have to do this work for everybody. I think that's what a lot of people don't understand about this, is just that it's not just for the people of that country, which, don't get me wrong, it's essential that we should care for people in other countries that especially when their exploitation is what we're benefiting from. I mean, that should never be a thing. We all should have fair, equal opportunities to progress and not be living in tent cities and be starved, have no basic medical health care. And I'm not even talking about Palestine. Like, that is, most of us know that that's a reality in Palestine, but it's a reality across these places where these genocides are occurring. So that's the basic. That's the basic that we can do for our brethren in other countries. But because that's the thing, what kind of future are we leaving for our children when we have such people in power who will exploit the common man to get what they want? That's the thing, that's us and our children. That even we don't have any guarantee that we will not be touched by this. What guarantee do we have? So we need to create systems where these big corporations, mega corporations, don't have that kind of power, influence over politics. I mean, yeah, I was reading this two days ago, these big corporations have their leaked WhatsApp messages when they were literally pushing the mayor of New York to shut down these protests. That's not the kind of power any of these big corporations should have, ever. And we've let this go on for far too long. So, yeah, if we want to ensure freedom for ourselves and for our children, those are the systems that have to come down. So, yeah, I mean, I hope that whoever's listening can really, I think, bring it into perspective in their minds that it's not about one cause anymore. It is about collective liberation. As I discussed it in my interview with Ty, we have to liberate all of us because our futures, our collective futures, depend on it. And that's what we have to work towards, like liberation and end to genocides for everybody. Like, this should not be a thing. This should certainly not be a thing, that we're living at a day and age where multiple genocides are happening. We should be able to bring ourselves to create liberation for everybody. So I hope that, I will try to put in links and resources to other people in need in the show notes. So many organizations are working on the ground, Congo, Sudan, for the Uyghurs, and whomever I can find, even for Palestine. Operation Olive Branch, shout out to them. They do amazing work, but still, there's so much that needs to be done in Palestine as well. I'll put some of those links in the show notes. Please go look into them. And here's the thing. I know we see a lot of these fundraisers come in and out of our screens, can't donate to each and every one of them. It's just not possible. I understand. The least we can do is share them. If somebody else can donate, then that's also, it helps. Please, if you can't donate, please do share these resources to help these regions to other people. Share it on your social media, share it on your stories, however you share it. Please do that. It makes a difference, and we need to work towards making a difference. So I hope I'll see you guys. I'm hoping in the next 2 weeks. I'll be going on vacation. So I don't know, when my next episode's coming out, but I'm hoping in the next 2 weeks. If not, then in 3 weeks from now. So y'all take care of yourself, and may peace be on you all.